It's only been a couple of weeks since we received these, the dummies of what we think of the iPhone 17, including the iPhone 17 Air, this super thin new iPhone. But we all know this is the year of the Ozempic phone. So let's see if this is the Samsung Galaxy S25 Edge dummy. Well, it's colourful to start with, and it's certainly thin. Wow, look at that. That, according to the label, is the S25 Edge. So, head to head, side by side, Galaxy S25 Edge and iPhone 17 Air in the flesh, folks. Not real. These are dummy models, but you know, this is what the case manufacturers will use to determine whether or not they've got the right case, whether they've got the specifications right. This thing's a working model. You can get the buttons working and everything, but as in they move. But that's about it. Dual camera with a flash there as well. So moving down from the triple lens, and a very, very flat face and a hole punch for the front-facing camera. A bit of a bezel, but according to the edges here, you can kind of see the line around the outside. There's a bit of a bezel, but that's not the end of the world. It's a very, very thin. It's hard with these dummies because it's metal. It feels like, you know, is this the weight of it? That's irrelevant. Let's see if we can work out the thickness, because the specifications originally were that the Samsung was going to be slightly thicker than what Apple had turned out. Let's find our measure. All right, so 5.65 for the iPhone and 5.88, but probably 5.85, which is exactly what the specifications suggested. So we have a 0.2, like, and I got to tell you, feeling them side by side, like there's nothing in that. It's 0.2 of a millimeter, which no one's going to feel. Interestingly though, the camera bump, I got to say, is almost the same, although it's just enormous on the iPhone because it's this huge, wide island, whereas Samsung have got just an island for the actual camera itself. But it does stick up about as much as the iPhone one. Let's get a 0 on that and see if we can get about 10 mil, so about a centimetre, whereas this one's definitely more than that. Yeah, 10.65. So Samsung has it on overall thickness. So the camera bump is not as protruding as the iPhone. But I've got to say, I feel the same about this as I did with the iPhone. It's the answer to a question nobody asked. But the more I feel it in the hand, the more I feel these thin phones in the hand, the more you realise it is a step forward. It is an advance. It is, you know, something very different. And I think that's going to be well received. But the problem is it's always going to be a step down in some other way. So dual camera instead of a triple lens. Is that something that worries people? I don't think it will, because you'll probably get the telephoto and ultra wide. You won't get the zoom. Whereas Apple have gone for, it appears, a single lens camera. Now that's unacceptable in my mind. There is a bit of leak pricing going around on this potential Galaxy S25 Edge, which we know is a real product, unlike the Air, it's just a speculation. But Samsung have shown this, and they said it is a product, the S25 Edge. Now, if you realise that the Z, the foldable series, comes out in normally around, or they're announced normally in July, late July, August, and you think that they've already had their S25 Ultra and all those other ones come out, this can't come out at the same time as the Z series. It would distract from the Z series. So this has to come out beforehand. I say this has to come out in May. This has to come out by mid-May. Otherwise, they're starting to encroach upon their sales window and announcement window for the Z series. So that'd be my guess, would be early to mid-May on the Galaxy S25 Edge. It's a good looking unit. I'd have it in blue. I'd want the lenses to work and there to be a screen. But apart from that, it's pretty cool. Pretty standard fare, to volume up, volume down, and a power button on the side. and no other buttons to speak of at all. So there you go. The Samsung Galaxy S25 Edge, seen in the flesh, in the metal, as a dummy for the first time. It is so incremental, the difference between Apple's thin phone and Samsung's thin phones. Who said they're not copying each other's homework?